Hello, I am Glen Hallick, reporter with the Western Producer Markets Desk. Stat Canada issued its planted acre projections on March 5th. With me today to discuss these numbers is Jerry Klassen of Resilient Capital in Winnipeg. Welcome, Jerry.
Thanks, Glenn.
For the StatCan surveys, what factors do farmers take into account when making their seeding decisions?
When farmers are making their decisions, they analyze three main factors. The first consideration is in regards to stocks on farm. If farmers are holding a large volume of a specific crop, they will likely decrease acres of that crop. Secondly, they analyze the financial returns per acre. They balance the returns per acre from last year with upcoming new crop expectations. They study market outlooks and world crop conditions. For this year, it's important to realize that fertilizer prices are at or near historical highs. Finally, most farmers have a preset or planned crop rotation. Many farmers don't significantly change their cropping plans from year to year.
Okay. Canola acres came in at 21.8 million, up about 1% or 216,000 acres from last year. Do you think this number will increase or decrease on the next crop survey, which will be released, I do believe, in June?
Statistics Canada's acreage survey was conducted between December 12th and January 16th. Canola prices in Western Canada have risen about $70 a ton or $1.50 per bushel since January. When this survey was taken, canola prices were below the cost of production. Farmers are now more optimistic on canola prices, with canola trading to China. U.S. biofuel policy is favorable for vegetable oil demand, which will enhance prices for Canadian canola oil. Farmers are expecting additional domestic crush capacity to come on stream this spring. Canola acres came in at 21.8 million. I think this survey is too low, with acreage up only 200,000 from last year. I believe we will see a year-over-year increase of about 600,000 acres on upcoming surveys.
Okay. As for Durum acres, they came in at 6.4 million, down 2.4% at 154,000 acres from last year. Do you agree with this number?
For September delivery, elevator bids in southern Alberta and southern Saskatchewan for number one durum are averaging $7.25 a bushel. For number one hard red spring wheat, September prices are averaging $7.75 per bushel. In the country system, prices for number one hard red spring wheat are a 50-cent per bushel premium over durum. The market is telling farmers not to seed durum. Last year's Canadian durum crop at 7.1 million tons was the second highest in the last 10 years. There were larger crops in the US, Europe, and North Africa. The world does not need another large crop in Western Canada. Farmers are carrying significant volumes of durum on farm. I believe this acreage number of 6.4 million is too high. I think durum acres will be lower on upcoming government and industry crop surveys. I'm looking for a year-over-year decrease of 700,000 acres for Canadian durum.
Okay. StatCan's survey had spring wheat acres at 18.8 million, down 0.1% from last year. What are farmers thinking about the wheat market right now?
The survey showed that farmers intend to seed about the same amount of wheat as last year. Wheat is considered a safety crop for farmers. Canadian wheat is sold to over 60 countries. Wheat is not like lentils, peas, or canola that's just sold to a handful of markets. There is less tariff risk, should I say, for wheat. Exports are running sharply higher than last year. Plus, there is always strong demand and good prices in the domestic feed market if the crop is lower quality. Spring wheat yields have been improving every year with the newer varieties. We've learned in the past that it doesn't take much rain to achieve average yields. Wheat is a safe crop to grow. That's number one. Secondly, farmers are expecting higher prices in the upcoming crop year. Recent analytical reports show a lower wheat production in the U.S., a year-over-year decrease in Russia and Ukraine. There are also some crop problems developing in Europe. Most farmers are aware of world crop conditions. I think this acreage number for spring wheat is accurate because it's above the 5-year average. However, I wouldn't be surprised if it was adjusted upward by 300,000 to 400,000 acres on upcoming reports.
Okay. According to Stat Canada, farmers intend to seed 6.4 million acres of barley, up about 5% or 300,000 acres from last year. Is this bullish or bearish for barley prices?
Old and new crop barley prices have been trending higher. The market needs to encourage acreage or the fundamentals become extremely tight for the 26-27 crop year. According to the USDA, U.S. farmers will decrease corn acres, and this will result in higher barley prices. Farmers are responding to market signals. This survey showed a 300,000 year-over-year acreage increase. I think this number is bullish for the barley market. Compared to last year, I think the market needs an additional 600,000 to 700,000 acres. Again, I think this number is bullish for barley.
Okay. Pea acres are down 12%. Lentil acres are down 5.5%. Will these numbers change in upcoming acreage surveys?
Last year, Canada had large crops of peas and lentils. Export demand will improve for peas in the upcoming crop year because China has removed the tariff on Canadian peas. Fertilizer prices are also near historical highs. I believe this acreage number is accurate for peas, and I don't expect significant changes on upcoming crop surveys. For lentils, farmers will be holding large stocks of lentils on farm at the end of the crop year. On future reports, I'm expecting lentil acreage to be down about 10% from last year.
Thank you very much, Jerry. Please visit the Western Producer Markets desk for more information. I'm Glen Hallick, and thank you for joining us today.